Bless me. Bless me. Welcome, welcome, welcome in. Let me close the garage door. It's raining out. Hi guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to talk about green card ahead of time. It's just 2 days to the day. Today is the 2nd. It's just tomorrow, and then on Saturday at, is it 7 p.m.? Yeah, they're gonna announce. So, or the green card results will be out. The reason as to why I came here, welcome here unapologetically, the Queen 77. I see you. The reason as to why I came to talk about this, I know so many people are very much worried. I did not even introduce my YouTube, but you know it, guys. So many people are worried about, what if I get this number? Am I gonna make it to the cutting line? What if I get this number? Am I gonna still get the 2NL? When I played green card, I didn't know nothing about green card. So when I got the 43,000 plus number, I did not know the danger or the safety that comes with it. But I remember Mr. Kigera said this when he checked the number. He told me, your number is not that bad. But I did not even know it means, because there are so many other numbers ahead of the initial number. There are so many other numbers ahead of that number. So I did not know what number I was. But when he said, your number is not even that bad, you could still make it. So I was case number 43,000 plus. I missed my first doctor's appointment. That delayed my case. I also missed the first appointment, the visa appointment at the embassy. Why? Because I missed the doctor's appointment, I cannot attend to the interview. You only go to the interview if you did the medicals. I did not do my medicals the first time because I didn't have money. So I had to reschedule again, and it took me 3 months to get another appointment with the embassy. I did write so many emails, of course not me. Someone else was doing it for my on my behalf. Mr. Kegera wrote a lot of appointment schedules requesting another schedule. And let me tell you something. If God has said something will happen, it does not matter what happens. Imagine my 43,000 number, and I missed the first appointments for the medical and for the interview. Just think about this. How busy the embassy is handling every other case other than green card. But still, I was able to get a second chance. God gave me a second chance to go to that appointment. After like 3 months, I cannot remember, but it was more than a month. It was like 3 months because I almost gave up. I was like, you know what? Before I got the green card, I was still living. Now that they don't want to give me another appointment, I will still leave anyway. So By then, it wasn't that much painful because there is nothing I had paid. Remember, the first payment you make is when you go to the medical. That is where you pay your first money. So I hadn't attended the medical. I hadn't lost any money. So I was feeling like even if they don't schedule me another, even if they don't give me another chance, I'm not gonna just dwell there, because you know what? You can have things and lose them. But this one, I didn't even have it in the first place because I had never traveled before. I didn't know the privilege that comes with a green card. So by God's grace, I call it God's grace, because the embassy is very, very busy. And that's why I keep telling you, make sure you fill the DS-260 as soon as you can. I saw someone saying it doesn't matter when you fill it because they go by order, they follow order. But let me ask you something. Let's say you got selected and you did not fill the DS-260, and then they get to your number and you haven't submitted anything. What will happen? They will go to the next one. So the deal is, make sure you fill the DS-260 as soon as you can. Wacha wakae nayo. Let them stay with it. Let them keep it, so that when they get to your number, there won't be any delay. There won't be any delay. Thank you, Kijana. So I got my second medical appointment, and okay, they give you the interview appointment, the embassy interview appointment. That is what you use to go to the IOM and book your medical appointment. Okay? So they gave me the second interview. I cannot even remember the date, but I know it was between when I got my visa and when I traveled. There is 6 months. So my visa was expiring 2 weeks after I arrived in America. That tells you I arrived in America in January 24th. So minus 6 months, that is December, November, October, September, August, July. So I was scheduled for the second appointment around July. Imagine, July, and they closed their cases in September. What a God we serve. You know, some other things are not us. There is no way we can just stand here and brag about it. Like, imagine the embassy scheduling you for an appointment close to the end of July, yet they closed the cases in September 30th. That was my second time to be called at the embassy for appointment. And by the grace of God, because I'm not going to say lucky enough. I am not lucky in this life. I am just blessed. We were able to make it to the appointment. When I went to the appointment, guys, this thing did not end up there. I want to show you, forget about the case number. Forget about a high case number. Imagine you will make it if it is God who has chosen you to go through this. You will make it. That is why I'm giving this story. Can't hear you. Can you hear me, guys? Oh, Jesus, what is going on? You can't hear me? Yes, we can. Oh, you scared me. So, the reason as to why I'm giving this story is because when God says that something will happen, it does not matter how many times you will fall. You will rise up and match the task that God has put before you. So, here's the thing again. When I went to the appointment for the visa, I did not get my visa. The day I went for the interview, they did not give me the visa. Why? Because I was supposed to have sent my high school certificate to them ahead of time. If at all I was supposed to go and get visa the same day, they needed to compare what I have submitted with what the DHL gonna said from Mtihani House in Nairobi to the embassy. Direct without me touching it, meaning I am not gonna tamper with the evidence. I did not know. And also, Mr. Caregiver did not know, so he wasn't able to guide me on that. So, I went, attended to the visa interview. I was asked only 2 questions. How are you? I said fine as any other Kenyan who doesn't know Americans don't say fine, they say good. Yeah. So the next question was, what year? By then I couldn't understand the accent, by the way, but today I can recall the statement and understand what I was asked at first before I said I did not hear. What year did you graduate high school? Graduate? Graduate? High school graduate? No, no. I said, can you say that again? Can you ask me that again? What year did you graduate high school? Now I had to do it very fast, and I was like, maybe they mean the year I completed high school. In fact, the second time she asked me, what year did you complete high school? I said, I answered. Then she was like, she did not ask me any other question, by the way. That was the only question I was asked. She handed me over a yellow paper. And then I was reading the yellow paper, and I cannot understand why I was denied a visa after paying the medical fee, 87 plus thousand, and the embassy, I had already paid 120 for 4 people. And now they are handing me over a yellow paper. Biye, Canada Marico. My head spinned like 35 times. At a go. I'm not telling you one rap like this. No, not one lap. It is like a 35 times. And I was like, okay, 120 plus 88,000. Guy, that is close to 200. It is more than 200,000. And I did not get the visa. I felt like I would burst. My baby back then was a year, and I was carrying her on my back. And she started crying because she wanted to get down. I remember how hard I pinched her to stop it because she was giving me a headache on top of a headache. And that was the wrong thing. That was a wrong approach, by the way. You don't do that. You don't just, because your baby is nagging you and you are going through stress, you're not supposed to, to react the way I reacted. That was very wrong as a parent. That is a bad approach. But at that time, it was valid. It was valid because I was so scared. I was confused. I was mad. I was upset, and all that mixed together, blended together, that cocktail. I was so mad. Now, I went to one of the officers in there, a staff, and I asked them, what does this mean? Because they gave me back my passports. What does it mean? The minute they give you back your passport, no visa. Unless they are doing that for you to go and bring the evidence they need. Okay? Jojo are mukunye. So, me, I went to one of the staff there and I asked them, what does this mean? What did they give me? And then she was like, if you can read here below, it is written, but I can't read because I'm nervous. Very nervous and very scared, upset and all that, confused. And the fear of losing 200,000, over 200,000 back then. And I know even up to now, it's a lot of money. To me, it was like 2 million, to be honest with you. So I went to that staff and I asked them, okay, what does that mean? And then she told me, the guy told me, it was a he. He told me, if you can read down there, they said, you need to bring more evidence to support your case, and this evidence is about your high school certificate. So what you need to do, he was just kind, and I was dying. What you need to do, you go to the Mutihani house, which is the office that handles certificates of high school education. I don't know if they also handle the college and university. I never got there. So I went to Mutihani house, to cut the long story short, and I got a copy of my high school certificate, and I paid 2,000. And remember, all this time, I haven't eaten. I can't eat because I am suffering. Already I'm suffering. I'm going through a lot of torture because I don't know if I'm going to lose this money and will not end up getting to America. But God is very gracious. We went to Mutihani house with my baby on my back, as you know. We stayed there for like 2 hours because you know Kenyan offices, they don't care. They are in there laughing and giving stories, and the line is this long. And coincidentally, I met with another green card winner of the same year. She's called Winnie, and Winnie is a Kalenjin. Winnie is a Kalenjin, and we really struggled with Swahili to get to understand each other. And you know, we have to use Swahili. English, by then you cannot just misuse English because of simple things. You only get to use English when it is a serious, very serious, and notoriously serious matter. So I told Winnie, I am here because I went to the embassy for my appointment, but they gave me this yellow paper because they wanted me to send my high school certificate. She told me, by the way, that is why I am here, but my appointment gonna be on this date. I haven't attended yet, but someone told me in a group that we are in that you have to go to the Mutihani house and get your certificate mailed to the embassy through DHL without you tampering with the evidence. Okay. So I was like, I didn't know, and I am not in any group, so I was just doing what I knew. So she was like, oh, all you need to do, you just ship it to them. They will call you. They will call you once they receive it. Because there are people who had done like you before, and after they shipped it to them, they were able to provide them with to provide them with visas as soon as they get it, the original copy. Okay. We stayed there. Our kids are nagging us. I have a 3-year-old, less than 3-year-old, and I also have a 1-year-old on my back. You can only imagine the hassle. And you are lining up here. The staff in there don't care. They are not in a rush. And I am full of goosebumps. I'm full of nervousness. I'm full of anxiety, all mixed together. By then, if you could have asked me who I am, where I'm heading to, I wouldn't have been able to answer. I was heartbroken and all that. So we got in, and I was served it is my high school, so I got in. I'm the primary applicant. They don't care about your spouse, or they don't care about your husband. So I told them what I needed. They asked me to pay 2,000. I paid 2,000 on top of magana meri maikumi. On top of 2,000, it was 120 plus 87 and some hundreds. So that was 100 and roughly 210. On top of 210, I paid 2,000 Kenya shillings. And remember, this is not money that I'm having. I'm struggling to come up with this money. I paid 2,000. The certificate I was told the certificate will be mailed. You know that attitude of the Kenyan office, guys. They told me, you just go, we're gonna do the rest. And I was like, okay. If you guys know how much I'm heartbroken, you wouldn't even have an attitude. Anyway, it was mailed after 1 week, just 1 week. Remember, my appointment is scheduled too close to the closure of the green card that year, 2013. So now my case is waiting. I missed the appointment. I waited to get a second one. I got a second one, which is too close to the closure date. Then I went to the embassy. I did not get a visa approval the first time. I have to now wait another week for them to receive my certificate so that they can call me to set the passports so that they can endorse the visas. My friend, have you ever stayed in 1 week looking like 10 years? It was like 10 years straight. I couldn't eat. I couldn't find anything enticing, nothing. I was so much scared to lose that opportunity. By the grace of God again, 1 week later, I was seated outside our plot where we used to reside, Dandora Phase 4. And outside each plot, there is an extension of where they have the veranda, where they have the front shops. There is always that wall where women like going and sitting on top as they eat moshene, So me, I was just there all by myself. I didn't want to talk with anybody. So after cleaning and putting my baby to sleep, I went outside and I sat there. And then I see a call. I was carrying my phone everywhere, including going to the toilet. And remember, this is a toilet, a latrine. I used to go with my phone everywhere so that when the embassy calls me, I won't miss that opportunity. I saw a call, unfamiliar call, and then I took my call. By then I had installed the caller ID so that I can see who is calling, but it did not reflect any name. So I answered very fast, hello? And then they were like, can I speak to Esther? Is this Esther? And then I was like, yeah, it is her. I wanted to let you know that you should mail your passports, your entire family passports, as soon as tomorrow if you cannot make it today, because it is at the end of the day. Just go to the DHL office and mail them to the embassy. Let me tell you, Maina, that same day or the following day, I was at the DHL. I mailed the passports to the embassy. And then after like a week, I saw an email. I can't remember if it was an email or a call to go pick up my passports and visas and the big mail, yellow mail that they give you to bring to your point of entry. So Mr. Kegera was very happy when he heard that. Eventually, after all this struggle with my 43K number, we have managed to get the visas. Once we went to pick up the visas, because I told him we are coming to town to pick up the visas, he was so happy and he was like, please pass by my office. And we passed by his office and it was all celebration. Gosh, that man was very happy that eventually we were able to get the visas. The reason to all this story, I want to encourage someone. If you get a high case number, please don't worry. God will be with you. God will walk with you, and he will also walk ahead of you. You all know my story. After now getting the visa, struggling to get a host. So mine was all a tough journey and something I was trying the first time and the second time, but God was all through working with me. Please like my video. Please like my video. So I want to encourage someone on 4th of May, when they announce or when they bring the results, if you get a high case number, please don't worry. Don't worry. If God has chosen you like this, please don't even try to go through South Africa and Rwanda and wherever else you can go to try and find an easier processing to try and get a chance to get the appointment. My friend, just pray. Once you get that screen saying you have been selected, randomly selected, please pray and tell God to go ahead of you and with you. But I'm here to tell you guys, all will be well. All will be well. After struggling that much and missing my appointments and also rescheduling, not getting a visa the first time I appeared at the embassy for my green card visa, I was denied. I wasn't denied as per se, but I was denied if I couldn't produce an evidence from Mutihani House to them without me presenting the document. I didn't know I was supposed to do that ahead of time so that when I go there, they won't demand it, or they will have the copy plus my copy, compare both, and then they will endorse the visa. I don't know if it is the case today, guys, but just to prepare you ahead, if you ask the green card groups and they tell you, for someone who has been there recently, that they need to have the original copy from Mutihani House directly to them, please do that ahead of time so that when you get there, they would give you the yellow paper to say that they need more evidence. Yellow means they need more evidence. Pink means kaput. You have been denied. But yellow means you still can provide evidence to support your case, and you have a chance to get a visa. So just ask around. I don't know. I'm going to have to ask someone who's been there recently and get to know if they need you to send your certificate of education ahead of time, or they are okay, because you see, we are old. Our old system did not have the transcripts electronically. So that is why we were being asked to go and tell them to send without any evidence being interfered with. Some people who are a younger generation, the Gen Z, I don't know if I fall there, but Gen Z, they are those who have been having their education transcripts being computerized. Ours was old way. So that is why they needed to see that directly from the Mtihani house to them without you presenting just your copy, because they want to compare what you sent and what the education board will send. Okay? So ask around and get to know if you need that done ahead of time so that you can save yourself a lot of headache and trauma and anxiety and everything, and also diarrhea, because I think at some point I might have diarrhea. Like my video, guys. If you hear me, like my video, like my video, like my video. Let me go through the questions. If you have them questions, keep them coming. I have a few minutes because I have to go and pick up Jojo. It is raining. It's been raining for a few days here. So I need to go and pick that girl up. Hi, Millie. And let me recognize every person who is here. I want to appreciate your presence here. Tekla Wajiru, how are you? Mambotek, unapologetically the queen, I see you. Kijana Kamau, how are you? Ikabu Samuel, how are you? Betty Mwebaza, I see you. Digital Prophet, I see you. Betty Mwebaza. Anthony Gitao, how are you doing? Kijana wa Maju, Mambos. Miss who? Miss Abby, how are you? Shikokuria, are you doing good? Millie, I see you. Dr. Samson Kibona, how are you doing? Alice, I see you. I hope you're doing good. Kajau, I see you. So let me go to the question. I see someone asking a question here. Let's see what they are saying. What was your medical cost? Because here, many YouTubers are always giving us an estimate from 400 to 500 bucks. My cost was 87,000 Kenya shillings and some money. By back then, we used to change the dollar with like 84. So if it was 87,000, if you can convert that, it's gonna be like 700, maybe 700 US dollars. Wait, can someone do the math? How much is 87,000 divided by 84? 87,000 divided by 84, and please post it here. That was how much I paid. But guys, I've been telling you this, and I will tell you again. Reduce that cost. The cost of how much you're gonna pay at the IOM, the medical, is on your hands. And I see so many people asking me the same question. I have already told you guys that one way to know how many shots you got, long time ago, during our times, our parents could take us to those medical shots up until you are 9 months old. 9 months old, after you get the tetanus, is it the tetanus? They won't take you anymore even to get weighed. So that is how many shots you got. If you go to any medical center and ask them how many shots a baby gets from the time they were born up to when they get the tetanus shot or the 9-month shot, they will give you the list of the immunizations. And that is how many immunizations you got. Okay? All right. So I want to see the math. Someone do a calculator. 87,000 divided by 84. So the reason as to why people give you just an estimate is because it all depends with how many shots you're gonna get that day and how many family members you have. For example, the other day I did a video and I said, in order for you to reduce all those and maybe just be left with the flu. The flu is the American shot that you cannot get probably in Kenya, because I don't think in Kenya we have flu. So if they can only give you the flu shot, it's gonna be below 15,000. 1,035. Wow, that is still a lot of money. So you can see how much dollars can affect how much dollars can affect the shillings or any other currency because of the how high it is. So guys, reduce the medical cost because you can. You can, and the ability to do that is in your hands. Please be very proactive. Go to a health center, get yourself a health medical record, if it is a card or anything, and then update your shots. Tell them I got all these shots, but my mom or the card got burnt in a house or something. Just say anything. Or I had it, but then I lost it together with my documents. You can say anything as long as they can provide you with a new medical card that has all the shots that you have gotten. That makes sure you won't have to repeat the same shots. That gonna bring down your cost. For example, you don't need to go there to get a what do we call it? What do we call it? COVID. You cannot go there without a COVID to go get a vaccine COVID there, because if they charge it, that is also something that's gonna add to your cost. Why don't you, if you haven't received a COVID because it's it is a necessity this time, it is needed, and you need to show a proof that you got it, why don't you just go get vaccinated in a government hospital, and then bring the evidence to them to show them you got it already. That way they won't have to give you the shot. Someone was asking me about a 15-year-old and a 17-year-old, how many shots they gonna get, blah, blah, blah. In my other video, and guys, be doing me justice. Whenever I do a certain video, please invest your time, sit down, listen to the entire video so that you won't ask questions that I already answered in that video. For example, someone asked me, how many shots will a 17 and a 15-year-old get? I'm like, the first thing I said when I did that video, I said the vaccinations will be age appropriate. The same vaccinations that a baby of 1 year will get will not be the same vaccination an adult can get. Why? Because they have to be age appropriate according to the World Organization. Yeah, that is today. Back then it was that much dollars. All right, so about vaccination, please guys, make sure you bring your record up to date. Anybody can walk into any government hospital and ask for their health record and ask to update their health record, and it won't cost you that much money. You won't be charged in dollars. So it is more than doable, and all you need to do, there are people asking me the same question like, our parents are old, they cannot remember. The answer is the same. Just assume that they took you to the hospital to get those immunizations up to the age of 9 months. From there upward, if there were other immunizations you were supposed to get, then the doctor will advise you. All right? Next question. Do they ever care about your grades you got in high school certificate? No, they don't. Yes, Alice, that great day is coming. One day we are counting hours. Hello, Essie. Does COVID-19 for children also? If yes, everybody should get a COVID-19. It was also approved for children. If I can remember, they were supposed to get it. But surprising enough, like me, my kids don't even have the COVID vaccine. I also don't have the COVID vaccine because by the time COVID vaccine came, I was pregnant and I couldn't just go for it. Being pregnant, and then I was breastfeeding, so I did not go for it. I haven't ever gotten a COVID vaccine. Yeah, the kids are also supposed to get a COVID vaccine or immunization. Great news as well for British citizens. This year they can apply for the... Oh, wow! What countries? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. They came up with a green card lottery as well. That is great news. Any other question, guys, before I leave to go pick up my daughter? United Kingdom. Wow, that is cool. Wow, that is super cool. I wish... what month are they going to be doing this in United Kingdom? The same month? Because I know Canada do have, now America, and then United Kingdom. Wow, there are so many opportunities to go to abroad if you want. Any more questions, guys, before I end this video, and please like. No, I mean citizen why UK can now. Oh, there are people who would want to move from United Kingdom to come to America. I didn't know that. Wow. Okay. That's some good news too, because not everybody, maybe some people would want to explore the life of America. And let me tell you something on that note. I have been to the United Kingdom, and I cannot I asked so many questions so that I can say whatever I'm right about to say here, but I cannot compare life in United Kingdom and life in America. I believe America is the destiny of privileges. And I will say this with all confidence that America has so much to offer as compared to other countries. I've not been to Australia, and I need to go there and see how things are there and how much they pay people and pay rates and all that, and the house cost. I compare them, and then I'm like, wow, I think America is still the great country to be. Thank you, Mickey. UK is too small to start green card. Yeah, UK is it is a very small country. Just the housing will tell you. The housing plans there, they will tell you because they are this. Good work. My question is up, please. Okay, let me go for it. Betty Mwembaza. I live there, and yes, America, you can have more opportunities, and plus the country is huge. Oh yes. Mickey, thank you for confirming that. Benson, this year is my victory year. Amen. Someone says I did not read their comment. I bet great news. I don't see your question, girl. Is it a girl though? I don't see it. Do you mind copy pasting it for me, please? Oh, tell us about how you got the host in the USA. Johannesburg, South Africa. How is South Africa? I should come there to visit. I'm planning a tour there very soon. So be willing to host me. And you better be living in the village, because I want to tour a country where I can go and tour their village. I'm done with the countries, I mean the city life. I now want to experience different countries, their village life. That is what I wanna focus with. As I'm in UK, I got an opportunity to come to USA through work. I am torn choosing between the two countries, which is best. My friend, you cannot get an opportunity to come to America through work and then you dare go back to UK. You are not serious. Unless you have a house in UK that you have already bought and paid and cleared, America is where you're supposed to be. America is the land to dare. America is the land to aspire to be. Like, it is so open to, it is a world of privileges. It is a staircase to your freedom if you want freedom in this life. It is the pathway to greatness. Guy, you already make it is a country whereby there is no a small person and a big person. You can always get what you want if you are working towards it. There are no a lot of hindrances. The don'ts are not an unsupported don'ts, if you know what I mean. Like, you cannot do this, just that. No, you cannot do this because of this and that, but if you can do it this way, you can get to where it is. So that is why I love America, and everything is barely open. Everyone can read about a certain company, a website, a job, a school, and it is not corrupted, and they don't care if you are black or white, as long as you got what it takes or what is needed. So I feel like America is a world where everyone is equal, and if you want to get more, you can always get more. There is nowhere they tell you now you cannot go past here. No, they don't block you. They give you the information according to the level that you are in and what you want to get. Okay? Please, we would be happy if you could do a video for us how to navigate the airport as first-time DV lottery winners into the state. Yes, I will do that video once I go to an international airport. I would want to do that like in a live video so that I can show you. But then you will need, because you have to go through customs every time that you're traveling. Every time you enter a new continent, you have to go through customs. Okay? So I can organize a video and maybe use some graphics to show you how you can do it. All right, let's go to the next question. I applied green card last year. How do I check the results? My friend, where have you been? My friend, where have you been? If you applied green card last year, you got something we call confirmation number. That confirmation number, you are either supposed to take a picture of it or print it out. That is what you're gonna use to go check your green card results. How? By going to dvlottery.state, and then you key in that number. They will tell you if you won or if you didn't. Remember, they do not email anybody. They won't call you to tell you won or not. You have to go and do it yourself. Like my video, guys. Like it. Like the video. Someone asking me, you make us feel much loving. Yeah, USA is good. USA is good. I wish I was as bright as I am when, or 5 years ago or 6 years ago when I came to America. Please like my video, guys. I wish I knew a lot of information as much as I give you guys when I came to America. I wish there was someone who could tell me this is how we do things in America. You don't have to necessarily follow the path of you have to become a CNA and just dwell there, or you have to go school to become a nurse in order for you to make money in America. I wish there was someone who told me that. I wish there was someone who told me you can get into the real estate and do big things there. Back when I came, the real estate was very cheap. It was very easy to go in there, but not money-wise. But when it comes to the psychological part of it, today I am well psychologically, but now the real estate already went up so high, such that you also need a lot of money to get in there. I wish someone told me, as soon as you get to America, get your credit score good and make sure you are not just going for the debts to keep on paying back debts and all that, but just make sure you have a good credit score and you are working constantly, continuously. That way your bank is receiving a lot of your money. In case you need a loan to get into a business, it will be very smooth. You only need 3 years in America to be able to stabilize and maybe start doing business. There are so many ways of how you can prepare yourself to become a businessman in America. And I will come back with that video. And it doesn't cost you your money. It is not necessarily your money, but you can use bank money and also some other things that I'll compile a video and come tell you. In short, I was saying this. I wish we had the information that we are giving you guys. I wish we had someone who could give us that information. We came here blindly. We came here and we were told, for you to survive in America, you need to be a CNA. So what? You just go and start becoming a CNA. But when I came here to America, I was like, I need to know something that people don't know. I need to try something that has not been tried before. I do not need necessarily to be a CNA to be in America. I know there isn't just one way of surviving here. And I told my host, I'm not going to join CNA right now, but I will join it later just to make her comfortable. I will join it later. I want to join school direct, so I would choose to do a housekeeping job as I prepare to go to school. Because if I do a CNA, maybe I might dwell there and not go to school, and I want to end up in school. So that is how I ended up not doing CNA. I've never gotten a CNA certificate, by the way. And I've never done any CNA work. I do caregiver, which is part of it, but I've never been certified as a CNA. So that is care nursing assistant, CNA, yeah. So this is what I was saying. There are so many things I could have done other than even focusing with going to school. I went to school for 3 years because I was doing part-time. I've been to American college, my friend. Musiniona hivi hivi. But I never graduated. Why? My kids were very young and there were so many other challenges that made me to stop. I stopped. I did not fail. I was doing okay in school, but I stopped when I was about to join program because the program required me a whole day and I had little kids that were suffering already. I did not want them to suffer anymore. I wish they know. So there are so many things that America can give you a privilege to do. You can become the biggest business person in America without hindrances, without, I don't know, for you to do this, you need a permit. For the permit, you need to corrupt someone with like 100,000. And that makes you to never realize your dream. That is why I talk good about America. The system is not that corrupt. Let's hit 50 likes, guys. Like my video, please. Meant UK is the place for faith. Yeah, UK is also, let me tell you, to be honest with you, UK is also a good place to be because they have jobs. The problem with our African countries is that they don't have job opportunities. UK has job opportunities. Canada, the same. Australia, the same. America, the same. And the entire Europe. So, I know people get confused when I say UK and Europe. UK is in Europe, but the UK is like a country of its own, and then the rest on their own. I saw someone commenting on my video, why am I saying UK and Europe? UK is in Europe, yes, it is in the continent of Europe, but UK is a 4 or 5 countries together, United Kingdom. Okay, so UK is a nice place to start. But if you ever gotten a chance to be in America, because the houses there are very crazy as well, and the pay is not that much. The pay is not good. Because if for a caregiving job in UK, you get paid somewhere 11, the minimum is like 11, they updated that, 11, and then they pay you like $12 an hour, 12 pounds an hour, starting pound per hour. I can only imagine you living in a 2,000 pounds house, how much hours you need to work in order to get that money. That is what I mean. And that is why I say UK is hard. Yet in America, in dollars, you can be able to get a job that is paying you $20 an hour, $20 an hour. So making 2,000 an hour, making 2,000 for your house rent won't cost you as much time as it would have costed you in the United Kingdom. That is for a caregiver. I'm talking about a caregiver, okay? How can I get host if I want to relocate to Kansas State, my sister? Okay. Let me see if I jumped another. I applied digital, I'm primary teacher. Okay. Let me start with the first question for Titus. Titus, I applied DV lottery and I'm a primary teacher. I am going to get teaching job apart from CNA. Yes. I really feel bad because people have painted America or abroad to look like people can only come to abroad to be CNAs. And even if a person is a CNA, why do people want to make you feel bad to get a job that is paying you 3 or 4 times the money you are getting paid for a month? Why do people paint abroad like people who migrate to abroad are just limited to becoming CNAs, caregivers? I have just told you for sure, I've never been a caregiver. I've never been a CNA. I've ever been a caregiver whereby these are people with like behavioral issues and physical problems or physical disabilities. And this is how I look at it. Being a caregiver is not just a job, it is also a service. You are giving a service to someone who cannot do it to themselves. You should be proud of what you are doing instead of feeling the embarrassment that comes with it by people at home. Men calling other men here telling them, oh, you went there to wipe the booties of old people. I'm like, okay, assume this is your mother and they need to be wiped. Won't you wipe them? You will. This is a job like any other job. But this is a job among so many other jobs here in America. Being a teacher, you can come here and be a teacher as well. You can come here and start teaching the little kids, and as you go, you can either go back to school and recertify, or you can even come here and decide, you know what, once I buy my first car, I'm gonna start doing Uber. There are people who do Uber and they get a lot of money. They are building back home with just Uber. So Uber has only one secret: dedication. You have to be dedicated. You have to know the peak hours and off-peak hours. You can only be on the road the peak hours because you will get more money. All right. I have answered that one for teacher. The other question was, I want to go, all right. How can I get a host if I want to relocate in Kansas State, my sister? You can, why do you, or the question is, and I told you guys, before you decide the state that you want to relocate to, ask yourself a few questions. What do I want to do when I get to America? Is that state gonna accommodate that dream? Is that very easy in the state, in that particular state, to accomplish my dream? For example, if you wanna end up as a nurse, I would rather tell you, you can come to Kansas to do your education here, go to school and become a nurse, or then move to another state that pays nurses what they are due, what they're supposed to be paid, how much they're supposed to be paid. For example, the state of Kansas, the housing cost is not that friendly, yet they don't pay good money when it comes to like caregiving jobs or the healthcare, as compared to like a state of California, like a state of like Seattle, like a state like New York and New Jersey and all those states, and Maryland. Maryland also pays good money. So I would rather come settle in Kansas. I go through the education system. Once I'm certified, then I relocate to another state that will accommodate or will pay me for my real due pay. Okay? So before you relocate to Kansas, what are your dreams, my friend? And you can always relocate to any state. How are you gonna find a host? You can find a host in so many ways. You can find a host through friends, or you can find a host through online, through churches and all that, and so many other ways. If you can refer to my video of how to find a host in America. Okay, like my video, guys. Like. I'm in Kansas State. The next question. If I get a chance to come there, I'm coming for a... I did... Cancel. I did not see that well. Why is it not reading the whole of it? I'm coming for a training. Okay, I don't know why I can't read the entire message. When I get a chance to come there, I am coming for driver straight away. I am in Kansas. Hi Elsie, if and when I get there, I believe there are enough jobs for accountants like myself. Yes, there are. Can a new immigrant survive with one job, single mother of two? Guys, let me tell you this. I am a single parent of 3. Wacha we unaongelelea tu. I'm a single parent of 3. I've been for the last like 4 years. You need to know that your path won't be like any other person's path. You need to understand that your journey will be different from other people. One thing you need to do as a single parent, identify what you need to do to come up with enough money to cater for your bills and your family as a single parent, as opposed to going for a job that people go to do in order to remain in class or in order to match what other people do. The reason as to why I started a cleaning company is because my schedule and my kids' schedule cannot be matched if I am employed. But it can always be matched if I'm not employed. I'm my own boss. There are things that comes with being self-employed that are not for everybody. To begin with, like my video, guys, to begin with, For you as a self-employed person, you need a lot of discipline in order for income at the end of the month, for an income, a good income to project at the end of the month. You need a lot of discipline. What do you need to do? You need to come up with your own company, or if you are a single mom of two, just look for a bigger house that is for, maybe you have a boy and a girl, you can look for a 4-bedroom house, and then go and look for, you can share a bedroom with your daughter, by the way, and then have 2 empty bedrooms. If you look for a 4-bedroom house, then go to these agencies that give you people with disability to share your house with. They're gonna be paying you $650 each month for room and food, and then the organization will be paying you like $3,000 per person. If you get 2 people, you will be earning $6,000. When you are seated in your house with your kids, these people go to a daycare, you take them to a daycare, you drop your kids to school, and you are left at home just applying nail polish and makeup and looking so nice in America. You know, you have to use your this. And you have to run your race, not anybody else's race. Okay? I will do a video of survival mode for single parents in America. I hope I answered you. I'm a CNA. What advice do you have for me with regards to state? Let me tell you one thing. You are CNA. You cannot come here and apply the CNA here. You will have to go back to school and pay like $750 and get recertified as a CNA here. But if you're already certified here in America as a CNA, let me tell you something. Stop going to work for these homes and these. Be your own company. Go register yourself as a company if you have a CNA. Go register yourself as a company and then start taking private people or private clients that can pay you more money. That way, you can be able to earn better than a person who goes through a nursing home and they are being hired by the nursing home or other organizations that require to take certain percentage away from you. Another thing you can do, if you are a CNA and you land in America and you feel like you would want to go for a company, you can, or you can get a second person. You make a company of 2 people. What do we call them? Not soul, the other one, partnership. Yeah, you make a partnership and register the company and start hiring people and sending them on your behalf. The company is yours, but you provide CNAs to other companies that are looking for CNAs. You're gonna earn something, but for that one, you need to sit down with a person who can guide you through that. Okay? Like my video. Like my video. I mean truck driver straight away. Hope it works. Here is the sincere advice about trucking. Trucking used to have a lot of money, good money. Like people used to make money. The first immigrants who saw money like this were people who went into trucking. Those people didn't even feel like 10,000 is any money. 10,000 US dollars used to sound like peanuts. But today, the trucking world kind of like changed a lot. And a lot of people who used to do trucking today, in the past like 2 years, they've been doing other things. Why? Because after doing the math is not mathing anymore. The gas is up there, and so many other things that comes with trucking, like mechanical maintenance and all that. So trucking is not the thing that it used to be. But there is only one way you can do trucking business. If you want to do trucking business, don't fear a loan. Don't fear taking a loan. Just go take a loan of a new truck, brand new, that will not give you the high cost of maintenance. That way, you will be able to pay the loan and remain on the road 24/7 without the truck breaking down. One thing that has caused so many immigrants to become bankrupt and they used to do trucking, it is because of the old trucks that give them endless maintenance cost and they end up doing a zero job. Like you are getting money but paying for the truck. After 1 week, the truck breaks down. You go pay for the truck, and we are talking about 4,000 and up. So they kind of like feel like they are doing a zero job because the truck is consuming so much money. The best way to do it, and I'm talking this through a reasoning of someone who has a trucking company, and they have used the old and the new. They told me, if you ever want to get into the trucking business, just go buy a new truck, brand new. That one gonna give you money. So yeah, that is the story about trucking. Please do a video for partitioning of kids, long it takes, and the cost. I will come up with that video, and if I forget, please inbox me in my messenger, because I keep on forgetting the videos you guys tell me to do. Another video that is coming up on Monday, it is the video, so it will be posted on Tuesday if those guys don't want us to go live. If we record it, it's gonna be on my YouTube on Tuesday. If we do it live, it's gonna be on my YouTube on Monday. So the video will be how to petition for a spouse. For example, someone came here, they came with green card and they've been here, they became citizen, and now, please like my video guys, and now they have a mpendwa, a mpenzi, mtazamaji back home. They had a relationship back home, but they were not able, or they have had a relationship. They have someone in their home country. How are they gonna bring that person here? That will be the video of a person who did that, went through the process. In fact, they filled the papers when they were in my house. So this is something I know. It's a journey that I know. And they did a wedding here. The spouse was given a visa to come here. And there is the time limit that they give you when you come here to have wedded legally with that person. So I'm gonna bring them here to this channel so that they can explain to you and to some other people out there who would want to bring their spouses, but they don't know how to go about it. Or someone who is here and they had a mpenzi back home, they had a spouse back home, and they want to know the process of filing for them and petitioning for them, how long it takes and all that. Okay, next question, please. Like my video, guys, please. Like my video. Any other question? Northern Ireland. How is Ireland, my friend? Faith, tell us. You need to come here and tell us about Ireland. I have my friend there that we traveled the same day. She was coming from the burial of her dad, and we traveled the same, we were in the same flight, British Airways, and I couldn't be able to cross the airport, so she showed me how to cross the airport. This big airport, the Heathrow one. She's the one who guided me how to go to navigate. She was telling me, you see, you look at your boarding passes, and then you look at the board and see, and then you read the signs. It is very difficult, by the way, to navigate through big airports when you are it is your first time. And remember, mine was the farthest I had walked or traveled was Nairobi. So I had never even walked to or traveled to the airport. I saw the airport the same day I was flying out. So it was that serious. Okay, the next question. Hi SC, nice seeing you. SEM, mambo? Dada, nakuja sasa hivi kutoka Dar es Salaam. Thank you. Yeah, you are more than welcome here. You are more than welcome here. And so many people ask me why I don't want to start a hosting company. The reason as to why I don't want to open a hosting company is because I would want to make sure that it is more of helping people than charging them. Because one thing for sure, the way you land in America, the foundation you get when you land in America is very important. So unless I have donors, I will think about this in the near future. Unless I have donors who will be willing to support those people like 50%, so that I can only charge them for the bills. I can only charge them for the bill. So it is a very, I need to strategize it in a very bigger way and I will also involve other people, not just me. So that is why I don't want to do hosting, because I would only want it to do it as a give back, and it's something that is very much affordable to everybody. And as something that can accommodate just everybody, whether you have kids or you don't have kids, you know. So that is why I don't want to do it, because I would want to have donors, and I would need to talk with donors who would want to sponsor people who will be landing here with green card, so that they can only pay for the bills. and not any other fees. That way we can give them an easier navigation into America, or a better welcome to America. So pray for me, guys, so that that dream can come into realization. As long as God can give me resources to set it up, I am more than okay to approach people and ask them to be donors of the organization, so that we can have a house, a big house that will be hosting people, whether you have a family or not. And then we have a car that can be for that work, just for that work, a car that can be taking people to apply for jobs and all that, and so on and so on. And also we can have someone that we can hire to be teaching these people how to drive while they are still working and all that, you know. So by the time we release you after 3 months, you will be able, and you will be fully packaged to be on your own out there. So if you can pray for that vision, God will make a way, you know. God will make a way. I know God will give me donors who can stand with people, so that we can help people more than charge them and destabilize their, or slow down their settling. I'm saying this because I was hosted for free by a stranger. That is the reason why I hate to make it like a business. I would want to make it more of a give back. And the people, if they have to pay, they will only pay for the utility bills like electricity, water, and all that. But if I can get people to donate food, if I can get people to donate like some few coins that can go towards the rent of the house, I would want to do that with all my heart. All I need to do is to come up with a big house. And that is why I'm telling you guys, pray for me that God can open a door for me, and I can get a big home where I can be able to host people, teach them about all the things that they need to know, and now dispense them to other states. If they want to leave after 3 months to other state, you can go to another state and settle there. By then, you would have been able to get a job within the 3 months and be able to acquire money to go and start your own life. Like my video, guys. The next question, how about breeding business? Breeding business is good. Just be an expert and have a schedule. I told you one thing about being self-employed. Have a discipline. Know that you wake up at this time, and your job, whether it is raining, it is snowing, it is icing, you have to be at your work by 9. If it is by 9, it is by 9. That is the only way to survive. Braiding has a lot of money, and people get good money. To just braid my hair, let's say the least I would pay to get full braids on my hair, it would be like 150 to 200. So you can only imagine braiding 3 people. You are making more money than a person who went to school to do a course that took them like 4 years or 6 years, and they have a loan to pay for the school that they were lent for like 40,000. So you can only imagine, like, if you have that gift of braiding, make use of it. What is the time back there? What is the time? So that I know if I'm supposed to go pick up my